39 now, so I ain't been in school in a while. How do they respond to you? You know what I'm saying? What's normally like the temperature with the children?
So, well, I know you've been on my page, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm 6'4", 250 pounds, and I'm tattooed from neck to toe. So, and then a lot of them know me from my Instagram, so they know that I do music and they know that I do bodyguard work for people that they look up to.
Oh.
So it was kind of an easy transition, especially me having kids. I know how to talk to them. It's kind of like being an authority figure, but also giving them the respect, because not being a dictator, because that'll shut them down and they won't respond to you very well. And I've seen it happen to plenty of campus monitors. They like get cussed out on the daily, or the kids don't respect them. I just talk to them. I was just telling somebody the other day, if somebody sends me to get somebody out of a classroom that the teacher can't handle, I don't just take them straight to the office. I'll take the long route, talk to them like, bro, what's going on? You know, talk their language. I don't talk to them like, I guess I don't talk to them like kids, but I don't talk to them like they're adults either. I give them like, come on, man, tell me what's going on. What happened? And I won't be afraid to be like, man, you know that was dumb, right? He was like, but this is what I'm gonna tell you the best advice when we go in this office. Don't go in this office with no attitude. That's why I'm taking a long route, so you can calm down before we go in this office. Because like you said, we don't have a lot of colored people in position of power, and it's just they don't understand the kids. And me coming from the streets and coming from where they come from, I understand. Like, I'll give you one story, for instance. When I first started, when I got hired on permanently at a high school, and they had this wave cap rule, and they were really like jumping down the kids' throats about wave caps. Now they were saying that the kids were saying that the other campus supervisors were being racist. So I had to read in between the lines. I'm like, you guys don't understand why these kids are wearing wave caps. I was like, let me tell you, because I have teenage boys that wear wave caps. It's either something's wrong with their hair, they don't have a haircut, and they're not trying to be embarrassed. I said, now you can either let this kid wear this wave cap or be prepared to break up a fight in the next period, because somebody's going to talk about that kid and they're going to get into a fight. So is it really that serious to be that petty to tell them to take their wave cap off? You allow kids to wear hats, allow them to wear wave cap. I could tell you from personal experience that it's not gang related. And they were like, we never thought about it like that. I said, I know, because you don't come from where I come from.
Man, ain't that the truth, bro? And, you know, I think looking at a lot of, because I went to Burbank and, you know, was on Florin Road every day of my life. So I'm with all the schools I went to were right there in that area. But I think a lot of our schools, some of the biggest problem is just the disconnect with the staff and the students. Some of these teachers, which, you know, in a lot of situations is white females, or white males per se. It's not people that understand us. So when they see a black boy acting a certain way, they don't know what to take of it, because when school's over, they go back to wherever they from, and they're not even living in the environment. So they're not familiar with our mannerisms. They're not familiar with how we speak. So some of them are even using some of the stereotypes they see on TV or the stereotypes they see with rappers. So they're correlating that with our kids, when our kids is just like everybody else. We just African to a degree. So how we act, our mannerisms a little bit louder, we talking with our hands, that's not really a threatening thing. It's just kind of how we get down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, I always find myself, I'm always the explainer of what's going on. Like, I was at Rosemont, was it day before yesterday, and there's a kid sagging, but has the laminated picture around his neck. And the teacher's like, I don't understand why he's wearing that thing, and, you know, questioning him and acting like it was something weird. And I had to basically sit down and explain to him, like, look, there's one or two reasons he's wearing that around his neck. Either one of his friends got killed or one of his friends is locked up. That's the only reason why they're wearing that picture around their neck. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. And then later on that day, she grabbed me again to explain it to the rest of the teachers. I'm like, but they're all white teachers.
Oh man, ain't that something, bro? That
I'm like, it's something simple like that.
Yep. And think about how many of our boys are getting punished and getting reprimanded just because the adult doing the punishing don't understand. Like it's
Yeah,
really
telling them take it off, and they don't know the sentimental value of it. So now you're
mm-hmm.
aggravating them, they're getting pissed off, and
Yep.
yeah. So basically, that's why I do what I won't. I won't do anything else in the school district. I've been asked to work in a classroom, but I'd rather be out dealing with the kids all at a time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm no longer at Valley. The kids are upset. They said I was their favorite because they could just come talk to me. Like I wouldn't. I've gotten thank you notes like that. They like that I talk to them and I don't just stare at them and I don't just treat them like a regular kid. Like I
Mm-hmm.
really listen to them and hear their problems. Like sometimes it's dealing with my own kids, even though if I don't want to hear what they're saying or what they're saying is dumb to me, I just let them talk to let them
Mm-hmm.
get it out. I'd be like, okay, now that you got it out, now let's have this conversation. But the worst thing to do is to shut a kid down and don't let them express themselves.
Definitely, definitely. And that's wow. That's so important to me, bro, because what you doing for those kids in the particular school that you at, I think all of our schools need that. And I'm happy the teachers that you working with are open to it. Like they're saying, look, I don't understand this. He explained it to me. Come explain it to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they're in our I think maybe sometime down the line, the schools need to have like a workshop with all the teachers and bring somebody black in to kind of explain to them
Right.
what's
Right.
going on and how we view stuff. Because I think a middle-aged white woman can't even fathom that a 17-year-old just lost his friend to gun violence. I don't even
Oh,
think they could
and they
wrap their
be
mind around
petrified
that.
of these kids. They be petrified of these kids. And it
Mm,
don't be like it like I would even use Rosemont again. Like when I go, I only sub now. I'm not permanent anywhere anymore. I substitute. So I was at being at Rosemont, and they won't go to the area where the gang members are. They send me,
mm,
and then they wonder, like I'm trying to tell them how to deal with them. Like I'm not going to be here forever. I was like, either that or you guys are going to have to start when you guys hire. You're going to have to start hiring a little more urban campus supervisors.
yeah.
You can't be hiring these older people or these people that aren't from the neighborhood or that they don't
Hmm.
see out at the grocery store,
Hmm. Ain't that the truth? Yep.
because that's what happens. Like I've literally walked up to situations where kids is cussing the monitor. Now I'm gonna give you one. Last year, the reason why they keep having me come back to Rosemont. Last year, I'm in the gang member corner and they're throwing carrots at each other. I tell them stop throwing carrots, but one of them threw one and hit somebody that wasn't in their circle. So they got a fight about to break out. The boy pushes the boy about to hit him in the mouth, and I grab him and push him in the corner. I'm by myself, which I didn't mind. But when the principal came over there, which was a middle-aged white woman, like I had him in the corner, he was calm. As soon as she touched him, he lost it. Like
Mm.
I'm still holding him, and I've been holding him for the past couple minutes before she came over there. He didn't say nothing. As soon as she came over there, he looked dead at her and said, "Don't touch me."
Mm.
I'm still holding him. He's not saying anything to me. I'm looking at her like, get away from here. What are you doing? I got it under control. Don't touch, go grab somebody else. Don't touch him. You're about to escalate the situation. You don't have the same respect and rapport that I have with these kids.
Man, ain't that something, bro? And I think that same mentality extends to the police too. You will have these police officers policing our neighborhoods when they're not from the neighborhood, when they don't know
Right.
the temperament of the people in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I
And
think, no, go ahead.
and I always said that the whoever's in that neighborhood should know that's crazy Johnny. We know he
Exactly.
finna flip out.
Mm-hmm. He
You
don't
know what I'm
mean no
saying? Like
harm.
when I grew up, I knew the officer in my neighborhood by name. He knew I was bad as hell. I knew he was a cop,
Hmm.
but he dealt with me in a different way than somebody that didn't wouldn't even know me and just was like, oh, he's just another thug.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You have to like it's so many things that have went on in our communities that we've been disenfranchised so much. There's been so much that's been inflicted in our communities. Like you gotta go into a school or you gotta go into a situation where there's black babies. You gotta go into that situation understanding all this stuff. If not,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna know what the hell is going on. It's gonna scare you. If you walk into sometimes if you walk into like a function or something where there's a whole